Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundless success to join today. Let's get you to the next level.
We're here because the news is being distorted. We're here because people are being inundated with misinformation on social media. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Trump blasts Zelensky. The EU worries about the U.S. alliance. New York City's congestion pricing on the ropes, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Hamas has turned over the bodies of 4 slain Israeli hostages more than 500 days after the terrorist group's October 7, 2023 attack in Israel. Hamas said the bodies would include Shiri Bibas and her 2 toddlers, Ariel and Kif, as well as Oded Lifshitz, a retired journalist and activist. Their identities will be confirmed in Israel, which could take up to 48 hours. At the time of their kidnapping, Shiri was 32 years old, Ariel was 4 years old, and Kafir was 9 months old. Their father, Yarden, was also kidnapped by Hamas, but survived and was released on February 1st. Lifshitz, a retired journalist and activist, was 83 years old when he and his then 85-year-old wife were kidnapped from their home. She was released on October 23, 2023. President Donald Trump blasted Ukrainian President Zelensky as a dictator without elections on Wednesday after the U.S. left Ukraine out of initial peace talks with Russia this week. A dictator without elections, Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left, Trump wrote on Truth Social. In the meantime, we are successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something all admit only Trump and the Trump administration can do. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelensky probably wants to keep the gravy train going. Trump added, I love Ukraine, but Zelensky has done a terrible job. His country is shattered, and millions have unnecessarily died. And so it continues. Describing Zelensky as a modestly successful comedian, Trump said the Ukrainian leader managed to talk the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that couldn't be won, that never had to start, but a war that he, without the U.S. and Trump, will never be able to settle. Trump decried how the U.S. has spent $200 billion more than Europe, and Europe's money is guaranteed, while the United States will get nothing back. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has been repeatedly photographed this month sharing a stage with a Chinese Communist Party official who has publicly denied China's alleged genocide against the Uyghur population. Chinese Consul General in New York, Shen Li, has posted multiple photos of him posing with Schumer on his X profile this month, including attending at least 2 Chinese parades. Thrilled to join thousands at the Brooklyn Lantern Festival parade, Chen recently posted on X, along with a photo standing with Schumer at the annual Lantern Festival parade in New York City. A top European Union official is warning President Trump against letting Russian President Vladimir Putin succeed in dividing a decades-old alliance between the U.S. and Europe as Trump seeks to bring an end to the war in Ukraine. It is clear that any deal on Ukraine that doesn't involve Europe will fail, the EU policy chief stated from South Africa. Europe and the U.S. are stronger together. This is exactly why Putin is trying to divide us. Let's not do him the favor, she added. United Airlines says travel demand has been resilient lately, except from the U.S. government. Government travel has fallen off here post-inauguration. United's chief financial officer, Mike Leskinen, said at a Barclays industry conference on Wednesday, referring to the start of President Donald Trump's term last month. Trump and his advisor, billionaire Elon Musk, have vowed to cut costs in the government, and thousands of government workers have either been laid off or offered buyouts. Jobless claims have surged in Washington, D.C. The government travel segment is about 2% of United's revenue, a United spokeswoman said. The airline brought in nearly $52 billion in passenger revenue last year. Leskinen said that other demand is helping make up for the shortfall. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered top brass at the Pentagon and throughout the U.S. military to develop plans for cutting 8% per year from the defense budget for the next 5 years. There are exemptions. The Trump administration doesn't want to see cuts to the southern border, modernization of nuclear weapons or missile defense, or the acquisition of submarines, one-way attack drones, and other munitions. New York City's spectacularly unpopular congestion pricing scheme is on death row, as the Trump administration announced Wednesday it is pulling its approval of the toll, slamming it as backwards and unfair in a major blow to Governor Kathy Hochul. The U.S. Department of Transportation's Federal Highway Administration terminated the approval of the controversial program, according to a letter Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy sent to Hochul on Wednesday afternoon. New York State's congestion pricing plan is a slap in the face to working-class Americans and small business owners, said Duffy, noting that commuters entering New York City have already financed the construction and improvement of city roadways through their taxes. But now the toll program leaves drivers without any free highway alternative and instead takes more money from working people to pay for a transit system and not highways. It's backwards and unfair, he said. Blasting the program is harmful to small businesses in the Big Apple that depend on customers from New Jersey and Connecticut. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.